Welcome to my channel, chapter by chapter. Imagine having the power to enter deep focus at will, silence every distraction, and unlock the highest version of yourself. This audiobook uncovers the science behind a powerful dopamine detox that can reprogram your brain for razor-sharp concentration, unstoppable productivity, and lasting clarity. Tired of feeling scattered? It's time to reclaim your mind. Your transformation begins now. Who should read this book? Do you often find yourself putting off important work, even when you know it matters? Are you constantly distracted, feeling restless, and struggling to focus on one thing at a time? Do your biggest goals excite you for a moment, only to be drowned out by scrolling, snacking, or checking your phone again? If you nodded yes to any of that, this book is written for you. In a world full of endless notifications, entertainment on demand, and dopamine hits around every corner, our focus has become one of our most precious and endangered resources. We want to make progress. We plan to take action. But when the time comes, our brain craves something easier, something more instantly rewarding. A quick walk, a social media scroll, a productive reorganization of your workspace. Everything suddenly feels urgent, except the thing you actually need to do. This subtle self-sabotage steals your time, your energy, and eventually your confidence. The more we delay our meaningful goals, the more we feel stuck, frustrated, and unfulfilled. But it doesn't have to stay this way. The 48-hour dopamine detox is your blueprint for reclaiming your time, rewiring your focus, and reigniting your motivation. Inside, you'll discover how to escape the trap of constant overstimulation, rebuild your brain's ability to enjoy deep, focused work, eliminate time-wasting habits without relying on willpower, feel naturally excited and energized to pursue your big goals, and most importantly, get back in control of your mind. If you're ready to stop living on autopilot and start showing up as your most focused, productive, and fulfilled self, then keep reading, because this book isn't just about detoxing from dopamine, it's about reclaiming your life. Introduction. Are you stuck in a cycle you can't escape? Let's see if this sounds familiar. You know there's one thing you could do today, just one task, that could completely transform your productivity. It might get you noticed at work, it might boost your mental clarity, it might even put you on the path to that big dream you've been sitting on. But instead of starting, you stall. You check your phone, you scroll endlessly, you tell yourself, just one more video, or I'll begin right after I have a coffee. And before you know it, that crucial task, the one that truly matters, starts to feel heavier, scarier, almost impossible. It's like there's this invisible wall between you and what you need to do. And no matter how hard you try to push through it, something keeps pulling you back into distraction. Sound familiar? If yes, then this book might be exactly what you need. Because what you're facing isn't laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's a biological system hijacked by constant stimulation, and that system runs on a chemical called dopamine. In the pages ahead, we're going to break down Part 1, what dopamine really is. You'll understand why it controls your habits, cravings, and even your scrolling thumb. Part 2, why this is a problem today. You'll discover how your brain has been rewired by modern tech and what that means for your focus. Part 3, why a dopamine detox works. From better focus to stronger willpower, you'll see the powerful benefits detoxing can bring. Part 4, a simple 3-step detox method. You'll learn a clear, practical system to reset your brain and reclaim your time. Part 5, beating procrastination, will help you plan your day better, eliminate distractions, and finally do the work. Part 6, staying clean for good. Tools, tips, and mindsets to help you stay on track, even when temptation returns. So here's the real question. Will today be one day, or will it be day one? Let's begin your detox journey. Your focus and your future are waiting. Part 1, dopamine, the hidden driver behind your actions. Let's start with a simple question. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through your phone, switching between apps, watching reels, checking notifications, without even realizing how much time has passed? That urge, the invisible force that pulls you back to your screen, makes you crave that one more scroll. That's dopamine at work. You've probably heard the term dopamine thrown around. Maybe you've even called it the pleasure chemical. But here's the twist. Dopamine isn't about pleasure. It's about desire. It's not the thing that makes you feel good, it's the thing that makes you want to feel good. What is dopamine, really? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. Think of it as the brain's motivational fuel. It's what pushed our ancestors to hunt, find food, and survive. It's what still drives us today to chase goals, rewards, even cravings. Whether it's eating a delicious meal, falling in love, or receiving a like on your post. Dopamine kicks in before the reward, not after. It doesn't celebrate your success, it motivates your chase. Why you keep chasing, but never feel fulfilled. Let's bust a myth. Just because something triggers dopamine doesn't mean it brings happiness. Ever noticed how you feel kind of empty after binge watching a whole show? Or after endlessly scrolling Instagram? That's because dopamine pushed you to seek stimulation. But once you got the reward, there was no deep satisfaction. Just a fleeting hit, followed by a craving for the next one. The dopamine trap we're all caught in. Look at your life. Seriously, what are you addicted to? Social media? Junk food? Video games? Checking emails every 10 minutes? Most of these activities are highly stimulating. They spike your dopamine, but don't fulfill you. You don't feel better. You feel numb, and then you want more. This constant cycle overstimulates your brain, drains your energy, and weakens your focus. The result? You start procrastinating on the things that matter. Writing that book you've dreamed about. Starting your side hustle. Making time for deep, meaningful work. Tasks that require effort and focus now feel boring compared to the endless dopamine buffet your brain is hooked on. So, what's the truth? Dopamine was designed by evolution to push us towards survival and reproduction, to act in the face of reward. But in the modern world, that wiring has been hijacked. Now we chase dopamine not for survival, but for distraction. And unless we understand how it works, we'll stay stuck, constantly chasing, never arriving. Action step. Pause and reflect. Take a few minutes with your journal or action guide and honestly answer these. 1. What am I addicted to? 2. What are my main sources of stimulation? 3. Do these things actually make me happy or just keep me distracted? Curious for what's next. What if I told you that the more dopamine you chase, the less happy you become? In the next section, we'll explore how dopamine detox can reset your brain and give you back your control. Stay with me. Part 2, the problem. How dopamine is being hijacked. So far, we've discovered how dopamine plays a crucial role in our survival, fueling us to seek rewards, take action, and chase progress. But in today's world, that same dopamine system is under attack, not by an external enemy, but by our modern lifestyle. The dopamine trap, why more is never enough. Imagine dopamine as the neurotransmitter of more. It doesn't care whether you're working toward a promotion, scrolling through Instagram, or binge watching an entire Netflix series. It just wants more. More likes, more validation, more sugar, more excitement, more anything. And that's where the trap begins. Dopamine is not the molecule of satisfaction. It's the molecule of anticipation. The more you feed it, the louder it screams for the next hit. That's why addictions work the way they do. When someone uses drugs or alcohol repeatedly, they flood their brain with dopamine. Over time, the brain gets used to it and demands a stronger dose just to feel normal again. But here's the kicker. It's not just about drugs or alcohol anymore. Our society has created a buffet of modern addictions. Gambling. The thrill of the win even when it's rare. Sex or pornography. Intense, fast pleasure on demand. Online shopping. That quick buzz of clicking buy now. Overthinking or rumination, trapped in mental loops that feel productive. Video games. A world where rewards are instant and endless. Excessive exercise, when healthy habits become obsessive. Workaholism, hiding burnout behind busy schedules. Be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, is there something you can't go a single day without doing? Something that feels almost impossible to quit, even for 24 hours? If yes, you're not alone, and you're not weak. You're human, and your dopamine is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem? It was never meant for a world with endless scrolls, instant delivery, and digital slot machines in our pockets. The good news? You can reclaim control. Here's the hopeful part. When you reduce the amount of stimulation your brain is exposed to, something powerful happens. Your natural ability to focus returns, your productivity increases, and best of all, you feel present again. But to get there, we need to first understand how dopamine is being hijacked and what we can do about it. Let's dive into the specific ways modern life is overstimulating your brain and how you can take back the driver's seat. Action step. Take a moment to reflect. Think of a time when you just couldn't stop doing something. What was it? Is there a habit, app, or activity you feel pulled to every single day? Write it down in your action guide or notebook. Awareness is the first step to freedom, and this simple exercise might open your eyes to patterns you've never noticed before. Your brain is being hijacked, and you don't even know it. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to focus these days? It's not just you. Your attention is under attack. In fact, your brain's dopamine system is being deliberately hijacked, and your ability to focus, that's become one of the most valuable and vulnerable assets of the 21st century. Marketers know this. App developers know this. Social media giants live off this. That's why companies like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook pour billions into one single goal, keeping you hooked. Every scroll, every like, every ding from a notification, it's all carefully designed to trigger your brain's reward system. You know that little red dot that appears on your app? That's not a bug. It's bait. How many times have you opened an app just to see what that notification was, and then found yourself scrolling aimlessly, 30 minutes later, not even remembering why you picked up your phone in the first place? Now imagine how much time that adds up to in a year. Hundreds of hours. Gone. The algorithms are getting smarter too. Amazon knows what book you want before you do. YouTube learns your habits and feeds you an endless stream of videos tailored just for you. Facebook? It probably knows your next interest before you've even typed it into the search bar. Try this. Open YouTube, watch 2 videos on the same topic, and watch what happens. One basketball video turned into 5 for me. I didn't even plan to watch them. But that's the point. The system is built to keep you inside. On the surface, this sounds convenient, and sometimes it is. But there's a darker side. Instead of using the internet as a tool, you are now the tool. You're being pulled from one dopamine-triggering activity to the next, becoming overstimulated, distracted, and ultimately, restless. Here's how this plays out daily, without you even realizing it. You check your email, hoping for exciting news or a message that lights you up. You glance at your investment portfolio, looking for that satisfying green arrow. You post something on Instagram and keep checking for likes and comments. You open YouTube just for one video and leave an hour later, having watched 10. What's the common thread? Anticipation. Your brain releases dopamine before the reward. That anticipation is addictive, but the actual payoff? It's usually short-lived. Dopamine isn't the chemical of happiness, it's the chemical of wanting. And in today's world, it's being exploited on a massive scale. The more you give into these micro-rewards, the more you condition your brain to seek stimulation, making it harder to focus on deep, meaningful work or relationships. But there's a powerful truth here. Anyone who has managed to stay off social media or the internet for a few days knows the difference. Suddenly, there's time, there's clarity, there's focus. You realize how much noise you were letting in and how little of it really mattered. So now, let me ask you, how are you allowing your dopamine to be hijacked? And more importantly, what would your life look like if you took back control? Food cravings, why we can't resist sugar and fat. Imagine this. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors roamed wild landscapes, not for fun, but for survival. One of their biggest motivators? Hunger. The mere thought of food lit up their brains with anticipation, especially food that was rich, sweet, or fatty. Because back then, that kind of energy was rare, and it could mean the difference between life and death. Fast forward to today, and we're still wired the same way. According to Professor Suzanne Klaus, a leading biologist at the German Institute of Human Nutrition, our craving for sweet foods is hardwired into us. It's not your fault if you love dessert. Your brain is literally built to enjoy it. Sugar triggers a release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, making you feel happy and rewarded. And when you combine sugar with fat, say in a creamy donut or a slice of pizza, it's like fireworks in your brain. Studies show that this combo activates your brain's reward system far more than either alone. So it's no surprise we crave that perfect sugar-fat punch every single day. But here's the catch. In the past, that craving served us well. Food was scarce, and our bodies needed that push to go out, hunt, gather, and survive. But today, we don't need to chase animals or climb trees for berries. We just open an app or walk to the nearest supermarket. Food is everywhere. Cheap, plentiful, convenient. Yet our brains haven't evolved to keep up. We still get that ancient spark of anticipation every time we see a chocolate bar or smell fries from a fast food place. And the food industry knows this all too well. Marketers and food scientists have turned our natural cravings into profit. By adding sugar and fat to almost everything, they're not just making food taste better, they're engineering cravings. Check any processed food label. Chances are there's sugar, even where you'd least expect it. Now let's address something you may have heard. Is sugar addictive, like a drug? There's debate on that. Some researchers compare sugar to nicotine, habit-forming, but not as extreme as drugs like heroin or cocaine. Dr. Robert Lustig, a pediatrician at UCSF, believes sugar is addictive, but he ranks it closer to cigarettes than to hard drugs. Meanwhile, Dr. Ziauddin from Cambridge notes that while the same reward systems are involved, sugar doesn't hijack them the way heroin or cocaine does. In short, sugar might not be addictive, but it's definitely habit-forming. It creates patterns of behavior that are hard to break, and companies are counting on that. Even Tom Sanders from King's College London argues against the sugar as cocaine narrative, saying that while sweet cravings are real, people don't go through withdrawal the way addicts do. So what does this mean for us? It means we're naturally drawn to foods high in sugar and fat. It's not weakness, it's biology. But knowing this gives us power. We might not be addicted, but we can still take control. Reducing our sugar intake and being mindful of what we eat can help break the cycle of unconscious cravings. So the next time you find yourself reaching for that sweet treat, ask yourself, is it hunger or is it habit? Dopamine and the trap of constant stimulation. Why you struggle to think long-term. Imagine this. You've got big dreams. You want to build a successful business, get in great shape, or save up for financial freedom. You know what you should be doing, but you just don't do it. Why? Because your brain is stuck in short-term mode. Science says the ability to think long-term is one of the biggest predictors of success in life. Studies show that people who consistently visualize their future, where they want to be in 5 or 10 years, tend to make smarter choices in the present. They eat healthier. They save and invest wisely. They stay focused on what truly matters. Dr. Edward Banfield of Harvard University once said that this long-time perspective is the single most important factor in personal and financial success. He defined it as the ability to make today's decisions based on where you want to be years down the road. But here's the problem. Modern life is hijacking your ability to think long-term. Why? Because of dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that motivates you to seek pleasure, rewards, and novelty. In today's digital world, you're being constantly bombarded with dopamine spikes, red notification bubbles, instant replies, autoplay videos, infinite scrolling. Every swipe, like, and buzz is training your brain to crave instant results. This rewires your brain, and over time, it destroys your ability to sit down, focus deeply, or wait for long-term rewards. Chamath Palihapitiya, a former Facebook executive, said it best. Social media is rewiring our brains for super fast feedback. That's not just affecting your productivity. It's warping your perception of reality. You start believing things like, success should be quick. If I don't make it in a year, I'm a failure. If I'm not getting likes or replies instantly, I must be doing something wrong. But the truth is the opposite. Success is slow. It's boring. It's built one brick at a time. Just ask Jeff Bezos. When he launched Amazon in 1994, it wasn't profitable for nearly a decade. It wasn't until 2003 that Amazon finally made a profit, just $35 million after losing money year after year. Why? Because Bezos was focused on the long game. He reinvested, built systems, and created a foundation strong enough to survive any storm. And that's exactly what you must do. If you want to be in a radically better place 5 years from now, you need to reclaim your brain. You need to detox from dopamine. Stop chasing quick wins. Stop scrolling when you're bored. Stop watching motivational videos and start taking boring, consistent action every day. That's how the real change happens. Bottom line, in today's world, your attention is a product sold to the highest bidder. Your dopamine system is under siege. And the price you pay isn't just money. It's your focus, your clarity, and your future. Want to build something meaningful? Then it's time to say goodbye to shallow stimulation and hello to deep work, delayed gratification, and daily action. Action step. Take your journal or use your phone and complete this sentence. My brain is being hijacked. Be honest. Be specific. Examples. My brain is being hijacked when I check Instagram before starting work. My brain is being hijacked when I binge watch YouTube instead of going to the gym. My brain is being hijacked when I reach for my phone the moment I feel bored. Awareness is the first step. The next, start eliminating one dopamine trigger at a time, because only when you reclaim your focus can you reclaim your future. You're overstimulated, and that's why you're stuck. Ever felt like your brain is constantly running, but you're not really getting anywhere? You wake up, check your phone, scroll through Instagram, maybe watch a motivational video on YouTube, respond to a few emails, and suddenly it's lunch. But where did your focus go? And more importantly, why does your most important work still feel impossible to start? Here's the harsh truth. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're overstimulated. The hidden enemy of productivity, overstimulation. Let's break it down. When you're calm and centered, working on meaningful tasks can actually feel enjoyable, even exciting. You get into the zone and progress feels natural. But that's not where most of us live. We live in a world of constant pings, endless feeds, nonstop notifications, and dopamine surges. Our brains are being hijacked from the moment we wake up. You start your day with your phone. One notification leads to 5. You just check Instagram, YouTube, or your inbox. Your dopamine shoots up with every like, comment, and click. By the time you sit down to work, your brain is already fried. And guess what? That important project, it now feels boring, annoying, exhausting. You say, I'll just get a coffee first, or maybe I'll check that one email. Before you know it, hours pass. You're caught in the hamster wheel of stimulation, running fast, going nowhere. Why regular tasks feel so hard. When your brain is tuned into high stimulation mode, everything else feels slow and dull. Writing a report, planning your week, studying for an exam? Forget it. Your brain wants another hit. It wants novelty, something fun, something easy. That's why you procrastinate. You're not avoiding the task itself. You're avoiding the lack of stimulation that task offers. It's like trying to meditate after drinking 3 cups of coffee. The dopamine wavelength mismatch. Think of it like this. You're operating at a high-frequency dopamine wavelength. But deep work, focus, and progress happen on a lower, calmer wavelength. These two wavelengths don't mix. Until you lower your stimulation level, your brain won't accept that it's time to focus. A personal example. As a writer, my biggest goal is to write. Simple, right? But the moment I check YouTube, glance at my book sales, or scroll social media, writing starts to feel like climbing a mountain in a storm. It's not that I can't write. It's that my brain refuses to slow down long enough to do it. The good news, this can be fixed. Here's the big question. How do we reduce overstimulation so that deep, meaningful work becomes enjoyable again? We'll cover that in the next section. But before we go, action step. Take a moment. Write down your most common distraction loop. What's your personal overstimulation trap? Is it checking WhatsApp, scrolling Reels, watching YouTube, checking email? Or maybe it's Twitter, news, Instagram, Spotify. Whatever it is, identify it. Awareness is step 1. Because once you see the pattern, you can begin to break free. The stimulation traps. Have you ever found yourself endlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching videos, or jumping from one distraction to another, and then convincing yourself, it's okay, I'm just relaxing? That's not your conscious mind talking. That's the overstimulation trap pulling you deeper in. Once you're overstimulated, your brain doesn't want to leave that high-speed dopamine-fueled state. In fact, it loves it. It starts playing sneaky little tricks on you, whispering, "Why stop now? This feels good. You deserve it." And just like that, you fall further into the trap. More videos, more snacks, more noise. But make no mistake, this isn't true rest. It's a trance. And the longer you stay in it, the harder it gets to return to focus and calm. In this section, we'll uncover 4 clever tricks your mind uses to keep you stuck in this loop of constant stimulation and how to break free. Trick number 1, I can get back to work anytime. Here's a lie your brain loves to whisper. Don't worry, you can start working again whenever you feel like it. Sounds comforting, right? But it's a trap. The moment you're deep in stimulation, scrolling reels, binge watching, or bouncing between tabs, your brain tricks you into believing that getting back to focus will be effortless, like flipping a switch. Just 5 more minutes and then I'll start. Spoiler, you don't. In reality, those 5 minutes often stretch into hours. Sometimes you push your most important task to tomorrow and the day after, and again. I've told myself I'll start writing later more times than I can count. It never happens. So if you catch yourself thinking you're fully in control, pause. That thought itself might be the clearest sign that you're not. Trick number 2, you can do it later. Here comes another sneaky lie your brain loves to whisper. Relax, you can do it later. It sounds so comforting, doesn't it? Maybe you tell yourself, I'll start after lunch, I'll do it tomorrow, or next week will be perfect. But here's the problem. Later almost never comes. The more you delay, the stronger that habit of procrastination becomes. Before you know it, weeks slip into months and months into years. One day, you look back and wonder why you haven't achieved the goals you once dreamed about so passionately. And that realization? It stings. The truth is, there's no perfect time to start. There's only now. And if you keep falling for this mental trick, 5 years from now, the only thing you'll have is regret, not results. Trick number 3, don't confuse excitement with fulfillment. Your mind is clever. When you're deep into scrolling Instagram, binging YouTube, or hopping between apps, it whispers, "Isn't this fun? You deserve this. Just one more video, one more scroll." And you believe it, because in that moment, it does feel exciting. But here's the catch. Excitement doesn't equal fulfillment. After the dopamine wears off and your brain returns to baseline, pause and ask yourself, did I actually gain anything from that time online? Did watching random videos or endlessly checking messages improve my life in any real way? Or was it just a temporary distraction that left me feeling a little more empty than before? The truth is, excitement is flashy. It's instant, shallow, and addictive. Fulfillment, on the other hand, is quiet. It's built through progress, purpose, and peace of mind. So yes, enjoy the occasional fun, but don't lose sight of what really matters. Start choosing activities that build your focus, calm your mind, and bring long-term satisfaction. Because when the noise fades, it's not excitement you'll crave, it's meaning. Trick number 4, the fear of missing out. Have you ever felt that tiny itch to check your phone every 20 or 30 minutes? Maybe it's an email or breaking news or just a quick scroll through social media. Your brain whispers, what if something important is happening? What if you miss it? That, my friend, is the fear of missing out. A clever trick your overstimulated mind uses to keep you distracted. It gives you the illusion of control, as if staying updated every minute somehow protects you from falling behind. But here's a question. Do you really need to reply to every email instantly? Do you actually benefit from checking the news 5 times a day? Probably not. This fear, this constant need to stay in the loop, stems from a scarcity mindset. It's the belief that opportunities are rare and fleeting, so you have to grab them the moment they appear. But life doesn't work that way. Opportunities are not going extinct. They are not limited like concert tickets or flash sales. In fact, the most meaningful ones often come when you're calm, present, and focused, not when you're glued to your notifications. I'll be honest with you, I rarely read the news. I don't pick up calls unless I recognize the number. And you know what? Life still moves forward, beautifully. Sure, you don't want to miss your child's first steps or your sister's wedding. That's obvious. But missing a YouTube live stream, a trending headline, or even a few texts? That's okay. The world won't fall apart. So now think about this. How often do you check your phone out of fear, not purpose? Becoming aware of this trick is the first step to breaking free from it. The more you recognize it, the easier it becomes to reclaim your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. Because true fulfillment doesn't come from staying updated on everything. It comes from staying connected to what actually matters. Action step, time to hold up the mirror. Now that you've seen how your own mind can play tricks on you, it's time to get honest with yourself. Grab your action guide or a notebook and rate yourself for each of the following mental traps. Use a scale from 1 to 10, where 1, nope, that's not me at all. 10 equals, wow, that's exactly what I do. Take your time and be real. This is where change begins. 1, getting back to work is easy. Does your brain convince you that you'll magically jump back into focus later? 2, I'll do it later. Do you often delay important tasks, believing there's plenty of time? 3, excitement equals fulfillment. Do you chase stimulation, thinking it's making you happy, only to feel empty afterward? 4, I might miss out. Do you feel the urge to constantly check emails, updates, or news because something important might happen? Give yourself a score for each. These numbers aren't for judgment, they're for awareness. And awareness is the first step to regaining control over your time, your focus, and your life. Let's move forward, one honest step at a time. Part 3, unlocking the power of a dopamine detox. Different types of dopamine detox and their benefits. By now, we've uncovered a critical reason behind your lack of motivation and drive: overstimulation. Your brain is constantly bombarded with fast, flashy, and feel-good stimuli, from endless social media scrolling to binge-watching shows and rapid app switching. No wonder, deep, meaningful work feels like climbing a mountain. The solution? It's time to give your brain a reset, a dopamine detox. What is a dopamine detox really? Despite how it sounds, a dopamine detox isn't about flushing dopamine out of your system. That's not how the brain works. Here's a clearer definition. A dopamine detox is the intentional reduction of high-stimulation activities so your brain can recalibrate. When you stop bombarding yourself with constant digital and sensory inputs, you train your mind to find value in slower, more meaningful tasks, like reading, writing, thinking, and deep work. Think of it like cleaning a foggy window. Once the fog lifts, you can see clearly. Tasks that once felt dull or difficult suddenly seem manageable, even enjoyable. Why it works. When you're overstimulated, your brain gets used to high dopamine hits. This makes regular tasks like studying, exercising, or planning feel boring and even painful. A dopamine detox lowers your baseline, helping you regain appreciation for things that matter. Types of dopamine detox. Choose your reset. In this book, we'll explore 3 levels of detox. You can start small or go all in, depending on your goals, lifestyle, and courage. 1. The 48-hour complete dopamine detox. This is the full reboot. You disconnect from everything that gives you a quick dopamine spike. No phones, no internet, no sugar, no music, no Netflix. Just you, your thoughts, a journal, and perhaps some books. Perfect for a weekend retreat or when you're ready to completely rewire your relationship with stimulation. 2. The 24-hour dopamine detox, a more practical version. For one day, you step away from digital distractions and stick to low-stimulation activities. You might go for walks, meditate, journal, read, or do chores. Anything slow and intentional. Think of it as mental fasting. 3. The partial dopamine detox. Great for beginners or busy schedules. Choose specific high-stim activities to avoid, like no social media, no YouTube, or no junk food, for a few hours or a day. This helps your mind slowly shift gears without overwhelming you. Each detox type comes with its own rewards. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Coming up next, we'll dive into each method in detail, how it works, how to prepare, and what changes you can expect to see in your mind and motivation. Ready to reset? The 48-hour complete dopamine detox, the ultimate reset button. Ready to challenge your brain and reclaim your focus? Then buckle up, because this is the most powerful and intense form of dopamine detox you can do. It's not for the faint-hearted, but if you complete it, the results can be truly life-changing. So what is it? It's simple. For 48 hours straight, you remove almost every source of external stimulation. That means cutting off the constant noise, the endless scrolls, and the digital dopamine hits. Why? To give your brain a break, to let it reset and return to its natural, calm, focused state. Here's what goes off the table during these 48 hours. No drugs or alcohol, no workouts or intense exercise, no internet, no movies or YouTube, no music except soft meditative tones, no phone, no social media, no sugar or processed foods, no video games. Yes, all of it. Each of these things gives you a little dopamine spike, and that's exactly what you're avoiding. Now you might ask, if I can't do any of that, what the heck can I do? Here's what's allowed and encouraged. Take a slow, mindful walk in nature. Journal your thoughts or reflections. Meditate and practice deep breathing. Read something light or calming. Stretch or do light body movement. Sit in silence and simply observe your thoughts. Think of it as a mental detox spa. You're not doing nothing, you're healing. And if this sounds extreme, consider this. A friend of mine, Nils, once did a 10-day Vipassana retreat. That's right, 10 full days of total silence, not even eye contact. No physical contact, no phone, no reading or writing, no music, no sugar, no media. Just pure meditation, stillness, and self-reflection. Compared to that, 48 hours doesn't sound so bad, does it? The truth is, the first few hours will feel strange, maybe even boring. But then something beautiful happens. You begin to feel again. You start to hear your own thoughts. You get clarity, calmness, and a sense of control. This is your opportunity to hit the reset button. So, are you ready to unplug and take the challenge? The 24-hour dopamine detox, a mini reset for your brain. Think of this as a light version of the full 48-hour detox. Shorter, a bit easier, but still a powerful way to regain control over your mind. In just 24 hours, you step back from the constant flood of stimulation. No social media, no binge watching, no mindless scrolling. Instead, you allow your brain to breathe. You give it space to reset, focus, and reconnect with what truly matters. Yes, it may not be as deep or long-lasting as the 48-hour version, but don't underestimate its impact. Even one day of reduced stimulation can bring a surprising sense of calm, clarity, and self-awareness. Just remember, it often takes a few days for your brain to return to its natural rhythm. So, while this is a great starting point, the more consistent you are, the better the results. This is your 24-hour break from distraction. Are you ready to meet your real self again? The partial dopamine detox, a simpler yet powerful reset. Not ready for a complete detox? That's okay. The partial dopamine detox is a more flexible option, and when done consistently, it can be incredibly powerful. Instead of cutting out all sources of stimulation, you focus on eliminating just one major distraction, the one that dominates your attention the most. For me, it's YouTube. I open it to watch one quick video, and suddenly an hour is gone. Maybe for you, it's endlessly scrolling through Instagram, binge-watching Netflix, or constantly checking WhatsApp messages. So here's a question worth pausing for. What's your biggest source of stimulation? The one that pulls you in, again and again. This detox doesn't ask you to give up everything, just the one thing that hijacks your focus the most. And that small change, it can spark big results in your clarity, motivation, and productivity. In the next section, we'll help you uncover your number one distraction, and more importantly, show you how to remove it without willpower battles. All right, it's your turn now. Grab your action guide and take a moment to reflect. Which type of dopamine detox feels right for you at this moment? Do you want to go all in with the 48-hour full reset? Prefer something a bit more doable like the 24-hour detox? Or does a partial detox where you eliminate just your biggest distraction sound like the best starting point? Write it down now. Don't overthink it. Choose the one that feels challenging but possible. This one step could mark the beginning of a massive shift in your focus and clarity. Ready? Let's make it real. Part 4. The 3-step formula for a powerful dopamine detox. Ready to reset your brain and regain control of your focus? This section is your action blueprint. We're going to break down a simple but powerful 3-step method that will guide you through a successful dopamine detox. No guesswork, no overwhelm. Whether you're doing a full 48-hour reset or a lighter version, these 3 steps will help you do it effectively, confidently, and with lasting impact. Let's dive in and take back your attention, one step at a time. Step number 1, identify your biggest distractions. If you want your dopamine detox to work, the first thing you need to do is face your enemies, your distractions. Grab a notebook or open your action guide and draw 2 columns. Label one cans, the things you can do during your detox, and the other can'ts, the things you absolutely must avoid. In the cans column, list all the healthy, low-stimulation activities that keep you grounded, like taking a walk in nature, journaling your thoughts, reading a physical book, working on a meaningful project, meditating, or simply doing nothing. In the can'ts column, list the things that hijack your brain and drain your energy, such as scrolling through social media, binge-watching YouTube or Netflix, constantly checking emails or messages, mindless internet browsing. To figure out what belongs in each list, ask yourself, if I stopped doing just one thing, what would give me the biggest focus boost? Which habit is silently killing my productivity every single day? Keep digging until you find your real distractions, the ones you know are holding you back. Be honest with yourself. This is your moment of clarity. Once your list is ready, put it somewhere visible on your desk, your wall, or even your phone's lock screen. Let it be your daily reminder of what you're saying yes to and what you're choosing to leave behind. This step is simple, but powerful. Knowing what to avoid is the first step toward reclaiming your focus and rewiring your brain for real progress. Let's be honest, we humans are kind of lazy by default. If something is easy and within reach, we'll probably do it. But if it's even slightly harder, our brain goes, maybe later. And that's exactly what we'll use to our advantage. The goal here is simple. Make your bad habits harder to do and your good habits easier. How? Let's break it down. Grab your list of can'ts, the distractions you want to avoid. Now ask yourself, how can I make this annoying to access? The more friction, the less tempted you'll be. Try these. Phone addiction? Turn off all notifications. Put it on airplane mode, or go extreme. Switch it off and lock it in another room. Can't stop scrolling Facebook or Instagram? Use tools like Newsfeed Eradicator or BlockSite. Log out and delete the app from your phone. YouTube rabbit hole? Install DFTube to hide recommendations. Only watch with a specific purpose, not out of boredom. One guy even unplugged his Wi-Fi modem and placed it in a storage room. To get it back, he had to 1. Leave his apartment. 2. Take the elevator 4 floors down. 3. Open 4 doors. 4. Reverse the whole thing to come back. That's 12 steps of friction. And guess what? His lazy brain just gave up. That's the magic of friction. The harder it is to start a bad habit, the more your brain will resist doing it. Now flip the script. Remove friction for good habits. You've got your list of cans, right? Now think, how can I make this effortless to start? Examples. Want to write every morning? Keep your word processor open, phone away, music on, and set a timer. Want to read more? Place the book on your pillow or desk, always within reach. Want to work out? Lay out your clothes and shoes the night before. Your brain loves smooth routines. The fewer steps, the easier it is to get into the zone. Now it's your turn. Go to your can't list. Add friction to each item. Then go to your can list. Remove friction wherever you can. Remember, your mind resists wasting energy. So if you make bad habits energy-consuming and good habits smooth as butter, you'll win this game without willpower. Let friction do the heavy lifting for you. Step number 3, start first thing in the morning, before the world grabs your attention. The third and final step to a successful dopamine detox is this. Begin your detox as soon as you wake up. Why? Because your morning sets the tone for your entire day. The moment you reach for your phone or start scrolling social media, your mind gets flooded with noise, notifications, news, messages. And once that stimulation begins, it becomes much harder to pull yourself back into focus. Instead, protect those first few moments after waking like they're sacred. This is your chance to reset your brain before the distractions creep in. Create a morning ritual that grounds you. A good morning routine doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be intentional. something that gently activates your mind and body without overwhelming it. Here are a few simple ideas to include in your detox morning ritual. Meditate for 5 to 10 minutes to calm your mind. Do light stretching or yoga to connect with your body. Listen to peaceful instrumental music. Journal your goals for the day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Recite positive affirmations to start your day with confidence. Take a moment and reflect. What's the very first thing you usually do after waking up? Does it help you stay calm and focused, or does it push you into a cycle of procrastination? Now, grab a notebook or your action guide and write down 2 or 3 calming habits you can practice each morning. This mini routine will become the foundation of your detox and quite possibly a long-term transformation. Remember, the goal isn't to do more in the morning, it's to do better. Action step: design your detox day and stick to it. It's time to turn knowledge into action. Using your action guide, create a simple daily routine that you can follow not just during your dopamine detox, but even afterward. A routine is like a roadmap. It helps you stay focused, avoid temptations, and build better habits day by day. Let's quickly recap how to make your dopamine detox successful. 1. Spot your biggest distractions. Take a piece of paper and split it into 2 columns, can and can't. List all the activities you'll allow and avoid during your detox. Hang this list somewhere visible, like on your wall or workspace, so it keeps you accountable. 2. Add friction to bad habits. Make unwanted behaviors hard to do. Put your phone in another room, uninstall addictive apps, or use a website blocker. 3. Make good habits easy. Place a journal on your desk, keep a book by your bed, or prep healthy meals in advance. Reduce friction so that positive actions are just a step away. 4. Start your day right. Create a calming morning routine. Skip the screen and try activities like journaling, stretching, reading, or meditating to start your day with focus and clarity. 5. Choose your detox type. 48-hour detox. Go all in. Eliminate nearly every source of digital and external stimulation. 24-hour detox. Same approach, shorter time. Partial detox. Focus on removing your biggest distraction like social media or YouTube. For full detoxes, avoid the internet, gaming, TV, sugary food, processed meals, and even your phone. Go light and simple. Pro tip: keep a detox diary. Throughout your detox, jot down your thoughts, cravings, restlessness, or anything you feel. These notes will help you identify your strongest triggers and build self-awareness. Remember, this detox isn't just about removing stimulation, it's about regaining control. The more intentional your routine, the more powerful the transformation. Now grab your pen or your action guide and begin crafting the new rhythm of your day. Reflect on your life, a powerful pause for clarity. In the chaos of daily life, endless notifications, to-do lists, and distractions, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. We get so caught up in the moment that we stop asking the most important questions. Your dopamine detox is the perfect opportunity to press pause and reconnect with yourself. Use this quiet time to zoom out and look at your life from a higher perspective. Ask yourself, what am I really working toward? Are my goals truly mine, or am I chasing someone else's definition of success? Am I moving closer to them every day, or just spinning in circles? Am I spending my time wisely? Think deeply. Are my days filled with purpose or just busyness? What are the things I actually want to prioritize? What can I let go of that no longer serves me? Where am I in my personal journey? Take an honest look at yourself. Are you proud of where you are? What habits, mindsets, or inner blocks are holding you back? And how can you begin to shift them? This is your chance to recalibrate. The stillness of a detox isn't just about reducing stimulation. It's about hearing your own voice again. And sometimes, all it takes is a little reflection to rediscover a lot of purpose. Solve your problems. Clear your mind. Find your way. When you feel stuck or overwhelmed, your mind becomes a noisy place. Thoughts swirl around. Half-formed worries, unspoken doubts, unanswered questions. And the more they stay trapped inside, the heavier they feel. But here's the good news. The simple act of writing things down can create clarity. Take a pen and a piece of paper. Write down exactly what's bothering you. Then, next to each problem, jot down 1 or 2 possible solutions. Don't worry about having the perfect answer. Just start. By moving your thoughts from your head onto paper, they become more manageable, less like a fog, and more like a puzzle you can solve. Why does this work? Because when your thoughts are stuck in your head, you tend to ruminate. You replay the same loops without resolution. But writing forces clarity. It transforms vague worries into something you can work with. Try this during your dopamine detox. In a calmer, quieter state, free from constant stimulation, you'll think more clearly and creatively. The solutions that once seemed out of reach may suddenly become obvious. Make this a weekly ritual. Even 15 minutes of focused reflection can prevent costly mistakes, ease stress, and save you hours of wasted energy. Don't let being busy be an excuse. Slowing down to solve your problems could be the smartest move you make. Remember, your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. Let the paper do the heavy lifting. Identify your fears. Face what's hiding beneath the noise. Sometimes our constant craving for stimulation, scrolling endlessly, binge-watching shows, jumping from task to task, isn't just about entertainment or productivity. It's about escape. Escape from discomfort. Escape from fear. Have you ever felt uneasy the moment everything goes quiet? That's not a coincidence. When the noise fades, what remains are your unspoken worries, doubts, and insecurities, things we often try to bury under distractions. But here's the truth. You can't conquer what you refuse to confront. So take a moment, sit in stillness, and listen. Ask yourself, what am I running from? What thoughts do I avoid when I'm alone? What fears keep showing up in different forms? Then, write them down. Name those fears. By giving them shape, you take away their power. What feels overwhelming in your mind often becomes far more manageable on paper. This isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. Once you see your fears clearly, you can begin to overcome them. This is where real transformation begins. Not by avoiding your fears, but by walking through them with awareness, intention, and courage. Part 5, doing the work and beating procrastination. Turn your detox into action and your intention into results. You've taken the first powerful step by clearing away distractions. But now comes the real challenge, doing the work that actually matters. Let's be honest, we've all been there. You sit down to start a task, and suddenly, checking your inbox or watching just one more video seems way more appealing. That's procrastination, a sneaky thief of time and progress. This is exactly where your dopamine detox becomes your secret weapon. By lowering your stimulation levels, you're rewiring your brain to find satisfaction in slower, deeper tasks, the kind that move you forward. No more chasing tiny dopamine hits. Now, it's time to chase real growth. In this section, you'll discover how to maintain momentum even when motivation fades. Use simple strategies to start working even when you don't feel like it. Build discipline like a muscle, one small win at a time. Remember, the purpose of detoxing isn't just to unplug, it's to replug into the things that truly matter. Let's now explore how to stop waiting for the perfect time and start showing up every single day. Plan your day. Set the tone for success. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear purpose, knowing exactly what needs to be done and why it matters. That's the power of planning your day. When you're intentional with your time, you no longer drift, you drive your day forward. Most people lose hours reacting to distractions. But when you take just 10 minutes to plan your day, you gain control. You become proactive, not reactive. Here's why planning your day is a game changer. You prioritize what truly matters. Instead of being pulled in a dozen directions, you know which tasks move you closer to your goals and which ones are just noise. You cut down on distractions. With a clear list in front of you, your brain stops wandering. You stay focused, moving from one task to the next with purpose. You reduce stress and boost confidence. A well-planned day makes you feel in control. You stop reacting to life and start shaping it. Even a simple to-do list or time block can make a huge difference. So, take charge. Before your day begins, plan it like it matters, because it does. How to plan your day. Like a pro without fancy apps. You don't need complicated productivity apps, expensive journals, or some high-tech planner to organize your day. All you really need is something most people overlook: a pen, a piece of paper, and a clear mind. Here's the secret method that still works wonders. Each morning, or even better the night before, take just 5 minutes to write down 3 to 5 key tasks you want to complete that day. That's it. Now arrange those tasks by priority. Which task, if done first, would give you the biggest win? Start there, then move to the next. Repeat until the list is done. Why this simple method works. It eliminates decision fatigue. You already know what you're doing. It gives you direction and clarity, so distractions lose their power. It helps you focus on impact, not just activity. Ask yourself the right questions. If you're unsure about what to focus on, ask, if I could only do one task today, which one would create the most impact? Still confused? Take it a step further. If I had to take the rest of the month off after today, which task would I have to get done? You'll often find that the most important tasks are the ones you've been avoiding. They're uncomfortable, complex, or just plain boring. But guess what? These are the exact tasks that move you forward. And if you're on a dopamine detox, you'll find it even easier to tackle them head on without the usual cravings for quick distractions. Bonus tip: think beyond today. Don't just plan your day, design your future. Set weekly, monthly, and quarterly goals using the same method. Dream big. Write a rough 5 or 10-year vision. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it gives your daily work a purpose. Reverse engineer your goals. Want to write a book in 90 days? Week 1, create the outline. Weeks 2 to 6, write the draft. Each day, hit a specific word count. Every big dream becomes achievable when you break it into daily actions. Remember, planning your day isn't about filling every hour. It's about making space for what truly matters. Simplicity is your superpower. Use it. Action step: turn your focus into a daily habit. Let's cut through the noise. You don't need to master 100 productivity hacks to be effective. You just need one habit. Start each morning with your most important task. Here's how to turn this simple idea into a powerful routine. Knacker 1. Grab a pen and paper. Yes, old school still works. Use your action guide or any blank sheet of paper to jot down your weekly goals. What must get done by the end of this week? Your daily goals. What 1 to 3 things must you accomplish today to move forward? This clarity keeps your mind sharp and your attention laser focused. Hasher 2. Pick your daily highlight. Out of all your tasks, choose one major task that matters most. Ask yourself, if I could only complete one thing today, what would have the biggest impact? Schedule this task for the first part of your day, before emails, distractions, or social media steal your focus. 3. Remember the 3 keys. Focus. Shut out distractions. Turn off notifications. Set a timer if needed. Get into deep work mode. Consistency. One big task. Every morning. No skipping. Stack wins. Impact. Choose tasks that move the needle, those that build your skills, create results, or shape your future. A simple definition of productivity: consistent focus on your most impactful tasks. That's it. No complicated apps or overwhelming systems. Just a daily rhythm that aligns with your long-term goals. Now it's your turn. Take 5 minutes and plan tomorrow morning. Pick your most important task and commit to doing it first. Develop laser-sharp focus. Imagine what you could achieve if your mind worked like a laser, cutting through distractions, locked in on your most important tasks. That level of focus isn't just a superpower reserved for a few. It's a skill you can develop. In today's world, your ability to concentrate deeply is your secret weapon. It's not about working longer. It's about working smarter. Just 45 minutes of uninterrupted, focused effort on your key task each day can move the needle further than hours of scattered work ever will. Think about it. No multitasking, no endless scrolling, just you and the one thing that matters most. In this section, we'll break down simple, actionable strategies to help you build this kind of focus. You'll learn how to block out distractions, get into flow faster, train your brain to stay on task, and most importantly, complete the work that truly counts. Let's dive in and unlock the power of focused action. Be at the same place at the same time every day. Imagine this. Each day, at the same hour, you sit down in the same spot. No chaos, no guesswork. Your brain already knows this is the time for deep work. This small habit trains your mind to enter a focused state faster with less resistance. It's like flipping a switch. Stephen King, one of the most prolific writers of our time, doesn't wait for inspiration to strike like lightning. Instead, he shows up, same place, same time, every single day. His secret? He trusts the process. He knows that by simply showing up, the work will begin to flow. And it does. You don't need to write novels, but you do need a space and a time reserved for your most important tasks. Pick a quiet corner. Pick a consistent hour. Guard it like gold. Then just show up. Day by day, your consistency will sharpen your focus like a blade. Because real productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters, consistently. Now your turn. Where will you show up? And when will you begin? Like making a warm cup of tea and sitting at your desk? Or maybe it's the moment you finish your morning meditation or journaling session. Whatever you choose, make sure your trigger is calming and consistent. When your mind is relaxed, starting work feels natural, not forced. Think of it as a personal ritual, your unique way of telling your brain, now, we focus. So, what's your trigger? What small, peaceful action could mark the start of your most productive hours each day? Just begin. That's the magic. You've got your routine. You've chosen your trigger. Now comes the most important part. Just get started. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to magically appear. Simply sit down and begin. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, that small act of starting can build powerful momentum. And who knows? You might even slip into the flow, that deeply focused, almost blissful state of working where time fades away. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called it flow for a reason. You stop forcing yourself to work and start riding the wave of focused energy. Remember, you don't need to feel creative or motivated at first. Action creates motivation. Movement creates clarity. So take a deep breath and take that first step. The rest will follow. Truck for eliminate distractions. Protect your focus like a fortress. Imagine trying to read a book while someone constantly taps you on the shoulder. That's exactly what distractions do to your brain. To truly get into a state of deep work, you must create a distraction-free zone. Turn off all those buzzing notifications on your phone. Log out of social media. Shut the door. If the internet isn't essential for your task, unplug from it. Let the people around you know, this is my focus time. The more often you protect your focus this way, the more powerful it becomes. Like a muscle, your concentration strengthens every time you train it. What will you remove today to give your full energy to what truly matters? Work without interruptions. Now that you've cleared the distractions, it's time to dive deep into your work without breaking your flow. Imagine this. You sit down, set a timer for 45 minutes, and give your full attention to a single task. No phone buzzing, no checking messages, just you and your work. This is where the real magic happens. Why 45 minutes? Because that's the sweet spot. It's long enough to get serious work done, but short enough to avoid burnout. Once the timer goes off, take a short 5-10 minute break. Stretch. Breathe. Then dive into the next round, fully recharged. This focused approach doesn't just help you get more done, it also trains your brain to resist distractions, improves your mood, and builds a sense of accomplishment. Stick to this method, and you'll notice a transformation, not just in your productivity, but in how confident and in control you feel throughout the day. Want to master the art of deep focus? Don't miss Book 3 in this series, Powerful Focus. It's packed with insights to help you develop laser-sharp attention and truly own your time. Action step, build your laser-sharp focus, one step at a time. Now it's time to move from knowing to doing. Let's turn the focus strategy into action. Here's how you can implement this powerful routine step by step. 1. Pick your power hour. Choose a specific time of day to work on your most important task. This could be early morning or any time when your energy is highest. Commit to showing up at the same place at the same time every day. Consistency is key to building a habit. 2. Create a trigger ritual. Whether it's brewing a cup of tea, lighting a candle, or doing a short meditation, use a simple activity to signal to your brain. It's focus time. Over time, this trigger will instantly shift your mind into work mode. 3. Start small, then flow. Don't overthink it. Just begin. Tell yourself you'll work for just 5 minutes. Most of the time, those 5 minutes are enough to create momentum and get you into the flow state, where time flies and deep work happens. 4. Remove the noise. Eliminate all distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, close unused tabs, log out of social media, and let others know not to disturb you. A distraction-free zone, a focused mind. 5. Focus sprint. 45 minutes of deep work. Dive into one major task and work without interruptions for 45 minutes. This focused block can be more productive than hours of distracted effort. Take a 5 to 10 minute break afterward and repeat if needed. Try this today. Just one focused session can make you feel more accomplished, and it gets easier every time. Watch out for open systems. They steal your focus. Some of the most distracting activities in our lives have one thing in common. They're part of an open system. So, what exactly is an open system? It's any app, platform, or environment that feeds you an endless stream of content or notifications. Think of email, social media apps like Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, and even the internet itself. These systems are designed to never end. They keep pulling you in with more things to look at, click, or respond to. Here's the problem. The moment you step into an open system, especially first thing in the morning, you put your brain on a roller coaster of overstimulation. One quick peek at Facebook could turn into mindlessly scrolling your feed, watching video after video, or chatting endlessly with someone. Before you know it, an hour is gone. And worse, your mind is so overloaded that focusing on real work feels impossible. That's the danger of open systems. You never feel done. There's no finish line, just an infinite loop of distractions. And every time you engage with them, you risk losing precious time and mental clarity. Instead, aim to build closed systems. These are tasks or tools with clear boundaries where you can start, do the work, and finish. Think of writing in a notebook, reading a book, or completing a checklist. These systems give you control, clarity, and a sense of progress. In short, open systems distract, closed systems deliver. Guard your focus. Don't let an open system hijack your day. What are closed systems, and why they're a secret weapon against procrastination? Closed systems are your best friends when it comes to deep, focused work. Why? Because they leave almost no room for distractions. Think of them as digital zones where your attention stays locked in. No endless scrolling, no pop-up notifications, just you and the task. Examples? A Word document you're writing in, an Excel sheet you're analyzing, a PowerPoint deck you're designing. These tools don't bombard you with updates or shiny things to click on. They simply let you work. Here's how I use them. I make it a point to open the manuscript of the book I'm writing before doing anything else on my computer. No inbox, no social media, not even a glance at my phone. I begin my day in a closed system, and I highly recommend you do the same. Why does this matter? Because the first thing you do sets the tone for the rest of your day. Start with a closed system, and you're much more likely to stay grounded, avoid overstimulation, and tackle your most important work with clarity and momentum. Do this consistently, and something powerful happens. You feel better, more in control, and more motivated to keep going. In fact, this simple practice might just be one of the most underrated tricks to beating procrastination and getting things done. Bottom line, start your day with focus. Start it inside a closed system. That one small choice can change everything. Action step. Take control of your focus. It's time to take action and boost your productivity. Grab your action guide and do this simple but powerful exercise. First, write down a few examples of open systems that often distract you. Think about the apps, websites, or habits that pull your attention away, like social media, endless YouTube scrolling, or constantly checking emails. Now, flip the script. Write down one closed system you can start using, a focused space or tool where distractions are limited. This could be working inside a Word document, using a Pomodoro timer app, or opening only your task manager with your to-dos. This small shift in awareness can spark a big change in how you work. Once you recognize your distractions and commit to a closed system, you'll create a focused zone where real progress happens. Let this be the start of your productivity breakthrough. Avoiding mean relapse. You did it. You've successfully completed a dopamine detox, and that's no small feat. Right now, you probably feel calmer, clearer, and more in control of your time and energy. Your mind is no longer chasing every buzz, beep, or random urge, and that's a powerful place to be. But here's the catch. The real challenge begins now. Without a game plan, it's easy to slide right back into the old loop of mindless scrolling, instant gratification, and digital overload. That's what we call a dopamine relapse. And trust me, it happens fast. So how do you stay on track? How do you keep this new sense of clarity and focus alive? In this section, we'll dive into simple but powerful strategies that will help you stay in control and avoid falling back into the trap of overstimulation. Let's lock in your progress and make this transformation last. Ready? Let's go. 1. Catch yourself before you spiral. Be aware of relapsing. The journey doesn't end with a detox, it's just the beginning. Real transformation starts with self-awareness. The moment you feel your focus slipping, when your hand reaches for the phone out of habit, or when your brain craves just 5 minutes of scrolling, pause. Ask yourself, am I getting overstimulated again? That small moment of awareness can break the cycle. Here's the truth. Relapses will happen, maybe in a few days, maybe in a few weeks or months. And guess what? That's okay. You're human. Even I have days when I go from laser focused to completely scattered, my mind bouncing from app to app, unable to finish a single task. But the trick isn't to avoid relapse forever. It's to notice it early and then gently bring yourself back on track. Recommit to your routine. Reconnect with your purpose. The sooner you catch the slip, the faster you regain control. 2. Understand the battle between you and your mind. There will be moments when your mind pulls you back into old habits, when distractions feel too tempting and your routine falls apart. That's not failure. That's just part of the process. Instead of beating yourself up, recognize what's happening. This is the ongoing tug of war between your higher self and your impulsive mind. Feeling guilty won't help you win. It will only drain your energy and motivation. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the shame. Press reset. Your job isn't to be perfect. Your job is to keep showing up. Restart your routine just for today. Then, do it again tomorrow. Because real progress isn't made by avoiding setbacks. It's made by how quickly you bounce back from them. 3. Understand that the world is competing for your focus. Let's face it, staying focused today is a battle. Everywhere you turn, someone is trying to steal your attention. Not just your friends, family, or coworkers, but an army of marketers, YouTubers, influencers, app developers, all fighting for your precious time. Why? Because your attention is money. Yes, companies like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook make billions by keeping you hooked. Their platforms are engineered to hijack your brain and keep you scrolling, tapping, watching, and buying. They win when you lose focus. But here's the truth most people forget. Your attention is also priceless to you. When you reclaim it, you can turn your life around. Focus is your superpower. Use it, and you can. Build a powerful career, create something meaningful, deepen your relationships, boost your mental peace and purpose. But here's the catch. The world won't make it easy for you. Every notification, every viral video, every dopamine hit is a trap, a way to pull you off course. So you have 2 choices. 1, defend your focus, like your future depends on it, because it does. 2, or let the world distract you, day after day, until your time is gone. The world is against you, but you have the power to fight back. Which path will you choose? Prepare a contingency plan. Before you crash, know where the brakes are. Let's face it, no matter how committed you are, life will throw distractions your way. And if you're not ready for them, you'll slip right back into your old habits. That's why smart people don't just set goals. They prepare for the worst. They make contingency plans. Think of it like this. If a pilot flies without planning for emergency landings, even a small issue could turn disastrous. The same applies to your focus. If you don't know what might throw you off course, you'll end up back where you started, lost in a loop of endless scrolling, multitasking, and mindless stimulation. So, how do you make a contingency plan? Start by identifying your personal focus killers. For example, if I check my phone first thing in the morning, it's game over. One notification leads to Facebook, then to messages, and suddenly I'm thinking about 10 other things, none of which involve the work I actually need to do. My brain is hijacked, and the calm, focused morning I had planned? Gone. Here's your 3-step strategy to build your mental safety net. 1. Spot the traps. Look back at your list of can'ts. What apps, habits, or environments tend to suck you in? What makes you say, I'll just check for a second and lose an hour? 2. Imagine the worst. Picture this. You oversleep, you're stressed, and you reach for your phone. Now what? Write down these moments, the ones most likely to trigger your relapse, using your action guide. What's the absolute worst that could happen? 3. Rehearse your rescue. Now visualize yourself handling it like a pro. Instead of reacting, you pause. You breathe. You put the phone down, open your journal, or jump into your task. See yourself responding the way you want to. Mental rehearsal boosts real-world discipline. The truth is, you will face challenges, but with a solid contingency plan, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be ready, calm, confident, and back on track before your distractions even know what hit them. Stimulation. You don't need to disappear into a cave or go completely off-grid. What you do need is a simple, repeatable system that keeps your focus intact without exhausting your willpower. Think of it like this. A sustainable system isn't about extreme discipline. It's about smart structure. Instead of fighting distractions all day, build daily habits that naturally steer you away from them. For example, having a set morning routine, working in distraction-free blocks, and limiting your exposure to open systems, like social media or endless news feeds, can work wonders. The key is consistency. Even a basic routine, followed daily, can dramatically increase your focus and lower your mental noise. In short, don't aim for perfection. Aim for sustainability. That's what keeps your dopamine levels balanced and your productivity high. 6. Cultivate the here and now neurotransmitters. If you want to keep overstimulation at bay, you don't just need to cut out dopamine triggers. You also need to nourish the brain chemicals that anchor you to the present. These include endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin, the here and now neurotransmitters. Unlike dopamine, which constantly pushes you toward the next big thing, these calming chemicals help you feel peaceful, centered, and satisfied in the moment. So how do you activate them? Simple, through small, intentional habits that bring you back to yourself. Here are some easy yet powerful ways to do it. Meditation. Just a few minutes a day can work wonders. Close your eyes. Breathe. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, or focus on what you hear, smell, or feel. There's no one right way to meditate. Just find what makes you feel grounded. You could try a guided video, explore beginner books, or simply sit in silence and observe. Stretching. Ever noticed how you breathe deeper and feel instantly lighter after a good stretch? That's not a coincidence. Stretching naturally slows down your body and calms your nervous system, giving your mind a break from all the noise. Mindfulness. This isn't some mystical practice. It's simply about paying attention. Try eating slowly and savoring each bite. Or tune in to your body and notice what sensations are happening from your head to your toes. Even washing dishes or folding laundry can be a mindfulness practice if you stay present. Contemplative walking. When was the last time you really noticed the world around you while walking? Next time you're out, leave your phone behind. Listen to the birds. Feel the breeze. Watch the clouds shift shape. Let your senses lead the way. Walk as if it's your first time seeing the world. Deep social interactions. When you're truly present with others, listening, connecting, laughing, that's when oxytocin kicks in. It's the bonding hormone that makes you feel safe and loved. So, take the time to talk with friends, sit down with family, or call someone you miss. Be there with them, not just physically, but emotionally. Boredom. Yes, really. We're not used to doing nothing, but practicing boredom can actually reset your brain. Sit quietly, stare at the ceiling, walk aimlessly, eat in silence. Let your mind be still without trying to fix, scroll, or escape. By weaving these practices into your daily life, you'll start feeling more grounded and balanced. No need for extreme changes, just little shifts that bring you back to now. And in doing so, you'll make it much harder for dopamine-driven habits to sneak back in. Now it's your turn. What here and now activities will you include in your day-to-day? Action step, lock in your progress with a 30-day challenge. You've just completed your dopamine detox. That's a huge win. But now comes the real game changer, maintaining your progress. Take a moment to pull out your action guide and write down at least one daily activity that helps you stay calm, grounded, and laser-focused. It could be something as simple as a 10-minute morning walk, a short meditation session, or journaling your top 3 priorities for the day. Now, here's the challenge. Commit to doing this one activity every day for the next 30 days. Yes, 30 days of consistency. No excuses. This isn't just a routine, it's your personal blueprint to avoid falling back into the trap of constant stimulation and distractions. Think of it as a mental fitness plan to keep your mind sharp and your focus strong. Want to take things to the next level? Dive into the next books in this series. Each one is designed to help you master a new, powerful skill in just 7 days. Book 2, Immediate Action. Beat procrastination and start taking bold, focused steps forward. Book 3, Powerful Focus. Cut through the noise and sharpen your attention like never before. Book 4, Strategic Mindset. Learn to think clearly, plan effectively, and maximize your productivity. Your journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. So grab your pen, set your 30-day goal, and let's keep building momentum. Conclusion. Reclaim your focus, reclaim your life. At every moment, you have a choice. Either you take control of your focus, or the world will gladly steal it from you. In a world buzzing with notifications, endless scrolls, and dopamine-charged distractions, staying calm and focused may feel like swimming upstream. But once you learn to step away from these high-stimulation traps, something incredible happens. You begin to reclaim your clarity. Tasks that once felt overwhelming suddenly become manageable. You stop reacting to life and start leading it. Dopamine detox isn't about living a boring life. It's about living on your terms. It helps quiet the noise so you can finally hear what really matters: your goals, your passions, your purpose. Excitement is momentary. Fulfillment is lasting. And when you stop chasing the next hit of stimulation and start immersing yourself in meaningful work, deeper relationships, and mindful hobbies, you'll find a richer, more satisfying life waiting for you. So don't let the world hijack your attention. Take it back. Guard it. Cherish it. Because your focus is your freedom. And with it, you can create the life you truly want.